Welcome to In the Green Room. I'm Kinga.
I'm Chet, and we're back with RVnGO. Welcome back, Paul.
Welcome. Thank you for having us. It's Paul from RVnGO and
Richard from RVnGO.
Richard's always hilarious. We love when we get you in the studio.
Oh my God! No pressure.
No, lots of pressure.
so we both wore our RVnGO shirts, and somehow Richard has the bigger logo. Why your logo so big?
He's excited.
Genetics.
That was a good one.
Why your logo so big?
So what's new over at RVnGO? What has been happening? What's new?
Holy cow! There is so much exciting news. Not only have we brought on 2 new SEO people internally, we're also bringing on a new front-end developer to make our front-end website
I think
prettier.
we're up to 18 people now.
Yeah.
Growing, getting bigger,
getting larger.
just like Richard's logo.
Yeah.
But the really exciting part is partnering with the Phoenix International Raceway, and this
Is that for NASCAR?
Yeah, this upcoming NASCAR Championship weekend. We got a lot to talk about there.
Yes, a whole lot.
And you better keep your listeners on because we will be having raffle tickets for that. People
Yes.
can win prizes, right?
Yes. So check this out. The NASCAR Championship weekend that is from November 5th through the 7th.
So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 to 7.
5 to 7. 3 full days of racing. But wait, there's more.
But wait,
But wait, there's
shout
more.
out Billy Mays.
Cheers.
Yes.
All right,
There's
cheers.
more. There's much more
There is much more
coming from the big logo here.
coming from the big logo. So check this out. You can actually buy tickets for this sold-out racing weekend. I want to emphasize
Wow,
that.
it's sold out?
It is sold out. The only
That's
way you're
huge.
going to get in is by winning one of the 5 spots that we're raffling off for this trip. So check this out.
Yeah, tell us about the packages. We
I'll
got
tell-
5 of these.
5 of these. It is such a beautiful package. That's what she said.
And then the bed broke.
And then what we got is
That's a
not
children's story in Canada.
not just the 3 days, but a full 7-day trip experience at the Phoenix Raceway.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Sounds really fun.
November 1st all the way through the 7th, not only are you going to get an RV rental for the whole week,
Oh my goodness.
you're going to get
my
the
goodness.
camping spot at Phoenix Raceway for the whole week,
It's a whole party the whole week.
the whole party, and 2 grandstand tickets. And that we're
For Friday, Saturday,
And
and
Sunday.
Sunday. So bring your friends, bring them out to your RV. So you're going to be camped out in an RV for a week.
Yeah.
If you want, come. And Wednesday's a huge party within the campground, and then the races kick off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes.
And you got grandstand
So,
tickets.
so
for
the
that.
people that win the RV, they camp out at PIR?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
Okay.
so basically, you get a very, sold out campsite. So you can't get a campsite right now there. So you get a campsite, plus we will supply the RV, plus you get tickets for the weekend.
Wow.
All supplied, and the grand cost of entering is
$10.
Very
For
cool.
$10, you're going to get a 7-day RV and race package valued at well over $1,500
And and there's 5 available.
and 5 available.
it's about $2,500 when you add up the tickets and the RV, and there's 5 available. So you get when you enter, you get a 1 in 5 chance of winning one of those 5 spots.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
Yes.
And Chet and I will be there because Paul already invited us. So that's part of the prize too.
Yeah.
You get to hang out with in the green room.
So
and be
for
a
those who
potential
want,
guest.
if you want to enter, it's very simple. Go to www.rvngo.com, click the button to enter for the raffle, fill out the information.
It's right
your
on the
name.
homepage. Yeah.
Yep.
And
So if somebody forgot to get their tickets and they want to go to this race, this is their way they can make it.
Yeah.
They can go in the most fun way in an RV.
It's their only way in.
And what's better than going there in an RV? Someone else's RV.
True that.
Yeah, we're going to have it all set up. You just show up, and it's all going to be set up. We've got some great hosts that work with us that are going to be there supplying it. We're also supplying a ton of RVs to NASCAR and their affiliates. So there's a bunch more there that we're going to be working on. And then we're just going to have fun. We're going to have a display booth in the village, the RV village that's there. That'll be one of our RVs, so stop by. We're going to have some free beers there, I'm sure.
Yep.
And have a beer with me and Richard or whoever else will be there.
And Kinga and Chet.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a cornhole game set up.
Oh, I'm all in. Cornhole's my favorite.
Yeah. And we're working on getting an Xbox or a PS4 game where we can have either Mario Kart or some kind of racing game and give away prizes.
Yeah.
Very
I
fun.
love
So we're going to have a booth in the village. So there's going to be in the RV camping village. We're going to have a spot there as well. It's where all the groceries, where you can buy your groceries and kind of live there for a week. And we're going to have a booth set up there with some games and some giveaways and some really cool stuff. And then during race weekend, we're going to have a display booth inside the NASCAR.
The vendor area.
Yeah, right beside like Toyota and whoever's up there, and just talking about RVnGO. And so if you're interested, finding out more information about renting an RV or renting out your RV, that's the place to get it.
So question.
for these,
oh, go ahead.
You go first, I guess.
Well, if people, if you get so many applicants for these raffle tickets where they spend $10, how do you choose who wins?
Well, it's going to be a random draw. I think it's October 27th. We're cutting it
October
off.
27th. And we're going to announce it on either the 27th or the 28th.
Yeah, so it'll be a random draw of everybody, employees of RVnGO. I know you guys are listening out there. So employees of RVnGO are not entitled to enter this, and this is strictly for people who are our friends, our customers.
And fans of In the Green Room.
Yep.
Dot green.
And fans of racing.
So for people that
There
are
you go.
trying to win this package, let's just go over it one last time. So it comes with 2 camping tickets and 2 Raceway tickets each of the 3 days.
No.
It comes with a RV and a camping spot for the whole week.
Okay.
And the RV sleeps typically 4 to 8 people,
so then
depending
people
how you
don't
want.
need tickets to go to the campsite.
No.
Okay, cool.
And
They
it's
just
all
need
covered.
tickets to go in the race.
And then
Correct.
we also give them tickets for the race, and you get 2 tickets for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes.
Oh, very cool.
2 grandstand tickets.
Yeah.
So if you bring 3 people, 2 of them are going to be able to get into the race.
Yeah.
And can you swap out? Like, can 2 go
Sure.
in and then
You've
one
got,
comes back out?
You can do like 6 people or 8 people and just kind of swap them out for
Oh, yeah,
all
you
weekend.
can do that.
You can
yeah.
do that?
Yeah, you get like grandstand tickets for the whole weekend and that whole experience. But for the whole week, you have a full camping experience, and you can bring all your friends. And that place is Potty Town.
Yes, it is.
Ricky Bobby.
Shake and bake, baby.
Shake and bake. Ricky Bobby, baby.
Yeah, I've heard the campsite down there is just absolute nuts. So that sounds like it'll be just as fun as the race itself, honestly.
They canceled Burning Man this year, so this is going to make up for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if people, Chet, have you been to PIR since the
Yes,
remodel?
I've
It's
been-
incredible.
I've been to the Raceway, but I haven't done the camping aspect of it. So
1.5 miles of campsites.
wow.
No, I take that back. A square mile of campsites.
Wow. That's huge.
I think it's like 7,000 people there
Yeah.
camping for the week.
Are there
like a
areas
little
to
city.
barbecue?
Yeah, like wherever.
Yeah, right
okay,
in
so
front of
that's
your,
allowed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right in front of your RV or beside your RV.
Yeah, just bring a fire extinguisher.
Okay, so are you going to be in an RV for the week?
Yeah, that's the whole point. We're going to be in the
Yeah.
the RVnGO RV for a week.
We are a product of the product.
And Richard's going to be there for a week in the RV?
Don't
Yes.
get high on your own supply.
I don't picture it.
Don't inhale the retail. But yeah, so I'm going to be there from the first, Monday through Thursday.
We're all going to be there. It's going to be. We all can't wait. This is
Yeah.
just so much fun.
So exciting.
Everybody in the company is so excited. It's going to be just a blast.
Yeah.
We have people flying in. We're a distributed company right now. We have people working all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have with COVID, we've kind of gone to a distributed company, but we're all coming together for this. It's just going to be so much fun. It's a kind of core central event for us. It's just so exciting.
So
Yeah.
we didn't really go over, I mean, I know what RVnGO is about, and so does everybody in this room, but could one of you tell us a little bit about RVnGO for those that have not heard about RVnGO?
Any new fans or new listeners?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'll start. So RVnGO really believes in bringing people closer together. And we're doing that with the world's first free person-to-person platform. So it's sort of like Airbnb, but for RVs. So people can rent RVs. So we don't own the RVs. But we are the middlemen that help bring people together. And there's a couple of important parts about that. First of all, we don't charge any fees. So we are by far if you're going to find an RV for rent, it's the cheapest. If you're thinking of renting out your RV, you're going to make the most money from us because we don't charge you any fees. We make our money off value-added services like our RV rental insurance, which in and of itself, it's a best-in-category product. And because of that, obviously, we're growing like crazy, and we're having fun times like, doing PIR and supporting PIR. And we've got 4 other races coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Probably expand it to 7 or 8. We'll see how this weekend goes, but we're pretty excited. It's going to be like one a month that we're going to support NASCAR and be race sponsors and campground sponsors. And
I think you need a sip of wine.
I'm like,
That deserves a drink.
I'm just getting a little bit of a dry throat here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers for celebrating this extravaganza.
But so it's really exciting times for the company. We're because we're free, we're growing like crazy. I mean, why wouldn't you use us to rent an RV? Why wouldn't you use us to rent out an RV? And people are figuring that out, and it's just going great. And we're kind of celebrating a little bit with Phoenix Raceway and NASCAR. It's kind of a bit of our coming out party.
And you guys are quite sustainable. And can you explain how and why?
Well, sure. One of the biggest things about RVs, well, first of all, I think people who go RVing and go out in nature, when you appreciate nature, you want to conserve nature. And so that's one of the most sustainable things we, I think, do is let people get reconnected to nature. Kind of more nuts and bolts is, look, most RVs sit unused a lot of the time. There's lots of surveys out there.
Which is not sustainable. They're deteriorating in that case. Yeah.
Right. And so why not share the love? And why not rent it out when it's just sitting there? And as a matter of fact, as anybody who owns an RV knows, if it's not being used, that's when it's breaking down. That's when the pipes are bursting, and that's when things are breaking down. So by using it and letting the systems go, it's great. And look, obviously, if an RV is only used 1 week of the year, or 2 or 3 weeks of the year, that's completely different than if an RV is used, half the year, and being properly utilized. So a lot of people can't use their RV half the year. That's just not possible. But they can certainly rent it out, and then all of a sudden, what was a asset that drained money becomes an asset that makes money. And so that's your greatest measure of sustainability, if it's actually making you money, if it's free to own.
So when people take these RVs and they repurpose them, they're really doing good for the environment.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that RV was built, and so instead of having 10 RVs, one RV can meet the needs of many. To take William Shatner's quote, who just went in space, 90-year-old, whoop, Canadian from Montreal, whoop, 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 whoop.
Well, the old adage, use it or lose it, is so true.
It's so true.
Whether it's an RV or anything, you really need to keep using it and maintaining it, or otherwise it's just going to fall apart. So,
absolutely true.
Not only are you being sustainable by getting the product back out there and being used, and other people are going to have fun with it, but it's also sustainable in an economic way. You're going to make money from it and get the bank account.
That's your best measure. If you're making money from it, it's a totally sustainable product. It's making money. If it's just draining money, then it's obviously a sinkhole.
Exactly. Well, and that whole idea of getting people out to nature, it's obviously more sustainable to go in an RV than it is in an airplane.
Absolutely. I mean,
Absolutely.
those are the worst, things you can be doing right now.
And getting your whole family together, everybody can fit in that RV. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you think about what the benefits of going out in nature really is. Clean air or cleaner air. You get sunshine, so you get the vitamin D. You're building and nurturing relationships. And the more we go out in nature, people want to maintain that nature and sustain it.
So true.
And I think one of the most magic experiences of RVing is you're almost always in a low light atmosphere at night, and you see the billions and billions of stars. And it really is a magical experience. And I think a lot of people have forgotten what that looks like. If they live in big cities, you just forget how brilliant that night sky is.
And there's no better way to really bond with like your close, your family or your close friends than to get into an RV and
Right.
everybody's there and you're having drinks and
Exactly.
you're just bonding, right, Chet?
Yeah.
You should go
I
with
mean,
your friends.
I think one of the most magical things is you get the cast iron pots and pans and cooking over a campfire. It is like the greatest meals you're ever going to have.
Oh, are you going to be cooking?
I am, yeah.
All right.
Maybe at Pierre we'll get some
Yeah.
cast iron going.
It'll
Get my
probably be
set
a
out.
diet of straight beer, if I'm guessing. But
Well, you can have beer braised pork ribs, and you can have beer braised
Pork ribs,
steaks.
beans, stews, and now that the weather's cooling off, stew becomes more, attractive.
There's
Yeah, you
nothing
crave
more.
it more,
Okay, so
yeah,
it's not.
exactly.
It's so
Or
easy.
chili.
It's so easy
Yeah,
to cook. You
chili.
get a cast iron pot. You put the stew in it. You make the fire. You have some beers while it like really burns hot, and then the ashes come down. You just plunk the cast iron right on it, and it cooks the stew in it. It's one of the most delicious meals you're ever going to have.
So, Chet, you have to have all your friends go in there and apply. Again, how do they do that?
the raffle,
Yeah.
well, they go to rvngo.com, right?
Yeah,
And then-
www.rvngo.com. It's right on the homepage. There's a little NASCAR logo.
A big green button that says "Enter to win the RV and Phoenix Raceway package."
You
Is it
can't-
up
you
there right
can't-
now?
You can't miss it. Yes,
It's up there right now.
You can't miss
Okay.
it.
So for somebody that is pretty busy with their work schedule, if they could only maybe make it out, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Whatever
it
they
would
want.
still be a viable option. For
Yeah,
them,
if
right?
they
So
only
it's
want the 2 tickets, just let us know and we'll take over your camper.
Yeah.
We'll take.
we'll turn that thing into a party. Yeah, but
let us
so
know.
yeah, so don't be scared away from the raffle just because you're like, I can't get.
This
it.
is the only way you're going to get into the race, and you get
Right.
2 grandstand tickets. If that's all you were looking for, you get that. And just let
Who
us
would
know.
turn down
'cause
the
we-
RV? Nobody would turn it down.
Oh well, no, I'm not saying anybody would turn it down. But I'm saying if somebody could
just
only
let us
get
know.
Thursday off
We'll
of work,
re-raffle that.
And even if you only wanted to do the races at $10, that's still cheaper than what the normal
It's like
price
a couple
is.
of $100 per
Yeah.
seat.
Yeah, the resale prices are probably insane right
Yeah.
now. So
Exactly.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
wait. We didn't think of the scalper angle. Wait.
So, Chet,
Wait a
have
minute.
all your friends go in there tonight and have them all get the raffle tickets, and then we'll delay getting this on the.
It's
no,
going to
we're
be
not
like
fixing the competition.
I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
it's going to be like the Tickle Me Elmo
We would never do
event from was it 2001?
I'm just
Yeah, we're not
joking.
giving away Elmo dolls with this. This is not our gig. But
So-
yeah, it's like that.
So other than different races and stuff, what other events are RV and Go like? What are they kind of aligning with?
Well,
Good question.
so we do have races for sure coming up in Southern California in NASCAR, in Miami, and again in Phoenix next year. We're looking at some other venues. We're really excited about that. Too early to announce that yet, but that's for sure in the can. And now we are starting to work with also music venues and music acts and a few others, but maybe a little bit too
Yeah.
early
I was
to
gonna
announce
say,
anything.
Too early
official.
to announce anything like that now, but just imagine having a partner with, I don't know, Lollapalooza or
Country Thunder would be
Country
a huge
Thunder.
one, and that's coming up.
Or
But even without the
Yeah.
partnership, you can still rent an RV from RVnGO and go there and get your tickets. But we're trying to put some packages together, just like we did for NASCAR.
Right.
Well, yeah. So anybody that's listening that's going to go to Country Thunder, RV and Go is a great option to get.
I think it's this weekend.
it is this weekend.
Yeah, I
and
saw
we've
it on
been
the news.
promoting that as well. That hey, if you're going, rent an RV.
We have a bunch
and-
of RVnGO RVs going there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was next weekend.
Yeah,
but
it's this weekend.
Hey, if anybody's going last minute, get an RV
Yeah.
and go.
All right. Don't sleep on the ground.
No. I mean, that's the other great thing about an RV, right? We all loved camping when we were kids, but as you get older, the last thing you want to do is have that sore back and sore neck waking up from sleeping on the ground.
But you know what? Like some of those RVs we have, they're like better than a Hyatt. They're better.
Oh
they're
my
like a
gosh,
5-star
yes.
hotel.
The ones I've
They
seen of
really
yours,
are,
they
yeah.
are very nice.
Yeah.
So are any of the ones?
So you can. It's a full scale. You can do like a little pop-up camper, which is not much more than a tent just off the ground, which is fine, and all that, all the way to like a full-scale 5-star hotel RV. We even have RVs that are owners that are willing to deliver them and set them all up for you. So you just drive up, and you can search by that, just like RVs that are deliverable. So you just drive up with your whatever car. You don't have to tow it. You don't have to drive it. Just have this amazing experience. if you want to go for the full meal deal, all kinds of RVs. We even have a couple of RVs that are like chauffeured and catered. So they will drive it and cook for you and kind of cater it and charter. It's like a charter boat for the week.
Wow.
One of my favorites along that same line is this guy has a Class A RV that is a former rock and roll tour bus.
Wow.
And he drives you, and he has tons of stories that he shares with his passengers about
Wow.
his time as a driver for some of the top name rock and rollers from the 80s and 90s.
And some of the add-ons to that RV, I know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Some of the add-ons are you can rent like a cute little Volkswagen Beetle bus and also a 5,000 amp PA system just to piss off all your fellow campers and start a rock concert wherever you are.
Very
It's
cool.
designed to.
Is he local?
He's all over the U.S.
Yeah, he's
He will-
all over the U.S. And he's willing to drive to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
what
you
does
don't
he
have to
charge?
drive it, and it's a mass. Well, check it up on the website or call our help desk. But it's a great package because this is chartered, so you don't drive the bus. It's a huge
Okay,
RV.
that's what I want to do on my birthday.
Yeah, okay.
It is a great birthday gift. Now, he's constantly updating his prices, so definitely go to RVnGO.com and look him up.
You'll see him.
Yeah,
It's the
you'll
rock
see
and
him.
roll
Okay,
Rock and roll
RV.
tour bus.
There you
rock
go.
and
If you
roll
want to
tour
party
bus.
like a rock star for a weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There
exactly
we
what
go.
it is. He
All the
drives
decor,
it,
yeah.
he caters it, he cooks for you, and if you want, you can set up a rock band and 5,000 PA sound system and rock it out at wherever campsite you're at.
That sounds wicked cool. Okay, I'll plan on that for my birthday.
All right.
I won't say on air when my birthday is because I don't want anybody else to know
Well-
how
Well,
old
you
I
should
am.
be very proud because, you don't turn 21 every year.
Thank you,
right.
Richard. Yes, exactly.
And don't show people you're drinking because that would be illegal right now.
Exactly. Ooh,
Underage
I'm gonna get
drinking.
carded.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'll drink to that.
Here's to underage drinking. Cheers.
Just kidding. We don't condemn that, right, Paul?
What? Yeah, no, of course not.
Of course not. He's teasing. Well, you never know what people could take out of context.
Who do you think we are? R. Kelly?
Well, that's why that option.
Let's go to Urban Meyer lap dance jokes right away.
That's why the option of having the,
Underage Urban Meyer lap dance jokes.
having the
Let's do
driver
that.
on the RV is such an awesome option. That way, if somebody wants or everybody on the bus wants to drink, you have the driver.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It is called a party bus for nothing.
Yeah.
Do you guys know how many can fit into this party bus?
Well, it's a Class A, so you're looking at anywhere
Probably
from
8 to 10.
Yeah, 8 to 10.
It's huge.
So you can't have like 12 people?
Not
you-
comfortably. You got to be very close friends.
I mean, if you're gonna do the clowns in the car thing, you could probably get 58 people in it.
It would probably be packed like sardines in there, though. So
At 58 people, no, probably still lots of room to move around. That's,
I've been
this
on
is
some-
a house. This is a house on wheels. A lot of these RVs are house on wheels, and then they go all the way down to what people are comfortable with. Just drive it themselves. And so we have kind of two major types of people who really like to rent RVs: millennials or younger people who are just looking for an experience. They've never been in maybe camping ever in their life, and just to get out of the city. And then we have families, and so millennials they both like Class Cs, which have the bunk over top, and they can usually generally sleep more people. Class As, they look like the big mini buses. They tend to be for 2 to 4 people, kind of more retirees. Let's do that amazing Grand Canyon tour or something like that. Class Bs are the vans. They look like minivans.
The camper van.
Camper van expanded. And that's great for 2 people. If you really want to cruise, because they have reasonable fuel economy. If you really want to do road trip, and then the Cs are the ones that look like the U-Hauls with the little cab over the driver. And so 2 people sleep up there, 2 people in the back, and then there's usually a convertible dinette set, so 6 people can sit in them. But the easiest thing is also you throw in a bunch of tents, and party of 10 or 12 can do that. But you use the RV then as your local. That's where everybody eats.
The base camp, if you
The
will.
base camp, yeah.
So, Chad, have you been with your friends in an RV?
Have I traveled with them in an RV? No, I haven't. But that
You
sounds
haven't?
fun. No, I was going to ask them a little bit about which RVs you're going to have set up at Phoenix International Raceway. Are you going to have
They're-
some
That's a good
Class
question.
A's? Or?
They're pretty much going to be trailers, pretty big trailers, because they're just going to be parked there and towed in there, so it makes it easier for people that they don't have to drive it in or drive it out, and they just pull up with their whatever Volkswagen, and or Ford or whatever, and they don't have to worry about it, and then just got their little camping spot set up.
So
Perfect.
will all the employees from RVnGO be there camping for the whole week?
I mean, I don't know about all, but a big bunch of us.
The local employees will be.
Yeah.
And you'll be there.
Yep.
Yeah, and some people are flying in to do it, just to, it'll be a fun weekend for us all.
I was about to say, that's a really fun work week right there. I get to party in the NASCAR city.
I plan.
We're going to run the company
RV.
out of an RV. I know we're going to film it. I didn't tell you this yet.
Yeah. I plan to have a major argument with my wife, and she's going to kick me out for the week, and then I'm going to okay, I got no place to go.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I guess I'll stay in the RV for a week. That's it. I had enough. I'm going to go.
She
You're just
can
looking
listen.
for
She
ammunition.
can listen to this,
Don't
right?
let her hear the show.
Okay, scratch that. Just cut that out of the.
Can we just go blah blah blah
No,
blah blah
that's
blah
funny.
for a little
But
bit?
speaking of couples, I can't emphasize enough. Let's say you're in your 20s or 30s,
Are you okay?
25 to 30-ish, and it's just you and your significant other. I cannot stress enough how awesome it is to rent out one of our camper vans and have a weekend getaway, because it's just the right size for just the two of you.
Just the two.
And there's
Yes.
nowhere to run.
And there's nowhere to run.
Have you done those with your
Yes,
beloved?
yes, I have. And then you don't have to worry about the noisy neighbor in the hotel room next door on the other side of the wall.
And there's nothing more heroic than making the wheels squeak on an RV.
Yeah.
As the suspension rocks back and forth.
Yeah.
Wait, did I say that out loud?
Just don't fart. No farting. That's the main rule in an RV, especially the small ones. A Class A, maybe a little bit. You can stop.
Why'd you go
Taco
from
Bell.
squeaking to farting?
We had to have a change of direction somewhere.
Okay, don't have a heroic fart.
Okay,
in an RV.
okay,
Is that
no
the-
more. TMI.
Okay, TMI.
But
Okay.
back to Richard's point, that is an excellent date idea. It's really intimate to go camping with somebody and really
And
just
it's
get lost
something
with them.
it's something totally different.
Yeah.
And because what I've found in talking to people in their 20s and 30s, they're looking for an adventure, a really unique experience.
You'll
and a
remember it
Class
for the
C-
rest of your life.
Yeah, you'll remember it for the rest of your life. And a Class C or larger might be a little too intimidating. So get a camper van, rent it out for 3 to 4 days, and have a truly unique experience in a van and with a great view, because you're going to be able to park it wherever and open up the side door or the back doors and get a great view.
And as the Eagles once said, take it easy. I want to kiss you under the desert sky under a billion stars.
Yep. Exactly.
That was a great concert, by the way.
Shout out to the Eagles.
Shout out to the Eagles. So, what is the next concert venue that you might be hosting?
Well, we're working on Country Thunder. We're working on all the local festivals are starting to come back up, like Coachella. So Burning Man is not happening this year, but it'll probably be back
not?
next year. No.
No.
Well, we
Voodoo
already
Fest
missed it. I mean, so
just
we
got
actually don't know about this coming August. It didn't happen this year.
I heard it's
in
going to be
August.
this next August.
I think it will be.
Yeah,
So
2022 it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't want to. 2022 it'll be happening. Is the current schedule?
Okay.
And everything is coming back online, like Coachella and everything, and all the local all the local festivals like Country Thunder and all that, and of course NASCAR is running rampant right now. And another fun place to take an RV is horse racing.
That's
Oh.
a huge, huge market
Sorry.
that we're hearing a lot of people say, we want to rent an RV either as they're the owner of the horses or people that are going there. They want to rent an RV to attend the different horse races across the country.
Yeah,
So
think
other
of
than
that.
Del Mar, what
Well,
other
no, I mean
hot
think
spots
of well, Kentucky Derby, the infield is empty, but think of I think it's Bellevue and the next one. That infield is full of RVs, and that is a party. And so those are great events for
Oh
RVs.
yeah, I've heard the Belmont Stakes
Sorry,
is one
Belmont,
of the
not
craziest
Bellevue.
parties of all time.
Yeah.
Like it's like a bucket list item.
You know what? We should do that. I'm going to go to Belmont. I'm going to rent an RV and go to Belmont. That's going to be so much fun. But also the local events. There's so much horse racing and so much equestrian events everywhere. The other one, fun one, is all the mountain biking and motorbiking people do.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like weekend, they're not necessarily Red Bull, but weekend tournaments and weekend outings. Take an RV there because you're out, usually you're camping or RVing. So that's a great venue as well for RVing.
Even
Yeah,
going
why
out to
not?
the lake.
And here's something
It's a good place.
nobody here has probably thought of, but I recently finished the book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. And one of the things that he does, what he became famous for, is what's called an ultra marathon. That's a running marathon that lasts 24 hours and is around 100 miles. So a person is running for 100 miles. Just let that sink in.
Is he the guy that does these posts where he's running and he says all this positive, inspirational
Yes.
stuff? I follow him on Instagram.
Yes.
He's so inspirational, and he uses a lot of cuss words.
Yes.
He's very funny.
Very colorful
Uh-huh.
language
Yes.
because he's a former Navy SEAL.
Yeah, he's really
in
funny.
Special Forces.
but extremely positive.
Extremely
about
positive.
how you're not going to give
and
up. Mhm.
I recommend reading his book or get it on Audible because if you get it on Audible like I did, you get a lot of commentary through the different chapters of what he was thinking and that in that particular moment. But to reiterate, renting an RV for your support team for the different races, we're seeing people come to us to rent an RV because they're going to be doing these various races throughout the country throughout the year. And they need a place to basically have a base camp for their support team along those races. And
I mean, think of a base camp. RV is a base camp.
Yeah.
If you're going to go camping, if you're going to go fishing, if you're going to go hunting,
Boating.
if you're going to go boating, even if it's just like a little canoe or whatever, but you still need a base camp, and festivals or NASCAR or whatever, it's still your base camp.
Ultra marathoners are a perfect market because they've got a lot of money. If you're able to afford to run 100 miles on a whim, like
yeah.
It's
You don't have a
impressive.
job,
yeah.
or maybe
you're-
your job is running.
literally.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we see all those people. It's a lot of fun.
Well, I think that mainly people need to be getting back out in nature. It doesn't have to be a specific event. I think RVs are just a perfect way to rekindle your connection with nature.
And I think, to your point about the sustainability, anybody who loves nature is going to want to sustain it and is going to want to conserve it. And so
Enjoy it, too.
and that's what I feel really good about what we do is we help people do that. And we help them do it in a very affordable way, a very sustainable and affordable way. And I can't think of anything wrong with that.
Are you seeing a lot of demand at the NFL games too? NFL
Yes.
tailgates
Oh,
and stuff?
Oh,
yeah,
that's
right.
a great question.
Yeah,
There you go.
and actually you can, of course, rent just for the tailgate. And
Perfect question.
And
Cardinals,
we see that. Yeah, Cardinals undefeated. Woo!
Ew, we're doing
Go
it.
Cards, baby.
Woohoo.
I can't believe
Knocking
we were
on
like
wood.
3-point underdogs to Cleveland. So this is actually.
Hey, I'm happy for
Can
the
we do a
betting
little
odds.
detour here for 5 seconds on NFL? Just 5 seconds. It's like I don't know of any game that has ever had back-to-back Heisman winners playing against each other, and where one of the coaches is coaching one of the Heisman winners. Can you think of that?
And they
Can't
both
think of any.
were coached by it.
Yeah. So
Kingsbury.
Baker Mayfield won it, I think, in I'm going to get the dates wrong, but Baker Mayfield won it one year. Then Kyler Murray won it the next year. Then Cliff Kingsbury was hired by the Cardinals, and then they drafted Kyler Murray. So it would have been 3 years ago, so 4 and 5 years ago that they won those Heismans. And I don't think that's ever happened in the history of the NFL where two back-to-back Heisman players are winners are playing each other, and the coach is coaching one of them. And somehow
It's crazy.
somehow as the undefeated team, we are the underdogs to the Cleveland Browns. So
I'm fine with that because it's going to help the money line.
oh my God,
I'm going to bet.
would you? I mean, can you imagine the anger right now in the Arizona Cardinals locker room?
J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones are going to rip.
the disrespect.
Baker Mayfield's head is going to get ripped off.
Well, it's
I'm
gonna
worried
get
for his
them
helmet.
jazzed to even do better.
Yeah.
So why don't we go?
Yeah, it's
to
gonna
the
light that
next-
fire under their
keep
butt.
undermining or keep underestimating us.
Yeah.
Just keep it up.
And let's
Yeah.
all take RVs up to Cleveland and create an RVnGO Cardinals Village.
Yes, an RV caravan.
I would be scared to see what the Cleveland fans would try to do to us, but
Cleveland fans are just down and out.
they've got nothing to lose.
Wait,
yeah,
when's the
they've
next
got
home
nothing
game?
to lose.
Then we have 2 more at home. I don't have the schedule memorized, so I don't have that in front of me. But
That'd be a lot of fun to do a Cardinals tailgate with
Yeah.
an RV too. That'd be a
yeah,
good time.
Let's do that.
And,
Let's
and
do
this is
that.
perfect time of year here. And then if you go up to Cleveland right now, it's cold. You need an RV. You can't just be camping out there and tailgating.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's
That's for the
exactly.
plebeians. Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on.
come on.
Why don't we arrange?
And you know what's some really cool? So there are RVs out there. They have an outdoor TV and an outdoor kitchen, and then you throw in your barbecue, and you get. I mean, it's the perfect way to tailgate.
So
Love it.
I was gonna say, so for somebody that wants to find that perfect RV, is it easy for them to find those criteria on RVnGO's website?
Yeah,
or-
you can search by any filter or criteria, like type of RV, certainly availability, location. Those are the most important. But any criteria, outside kitchen, outside TV, you can
Oh
specify.
wow,
Pet-
those are
pet
specific.
friendly.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
very specific.
Awesome.
One-way RVs, which we are the only platform, as I speak today, that offers one-way because we have
One-way
fleet
hosts.
owner.
Yes, who are willing to do that, and they'll let you drive. And so there's obviously a charge for that, but they'll let you go one place to another, so you don't have to do a round trip. Other platforms, it's just that owner, and you got to come back to the same owner on the same day, in the same place. So we do that. You can search by deliverable, by pet friendly. Are they deliverable, pet friendly? Oh, really important. Book now. So we actually have hosts
This is huge.
who keep their calendar current, and you just press a button, and it's just as easy as renting a car. I want to book it now. No back and forth. Is it available now? La, 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 la. No, just click, book now, done, booked in 1 minute.
It's as
I
easy
love how
as
simple
that.
that is.
1 minute.
Super simple.
So we only have 4 minutes left, and I want to say that we're here with RVnGO, saving the planet.
One
show at a time.
And I want everybody that's listening to check us out. We are on Facebook in the greenroom.green, Instagram in the greenroom.green. We're on the 15 podcast channels. My favorite's the Apple podcast because I have an Apple phone in the green room. And then we also have
Did
a
you
new
get paid for saying that?
and we
Put a
also
chip in her brain. No.
and we have a new
Did you get the
YouTube
vaccine? Do you have
channel.
chips in your blood?
So how do people find RVnGO? And once again, how do they register for this?
Get in that raffle.
raffle.
So
Get in the
internet,
raffle.
obviously, or phone, RVnGO, or www.rvngo.com, or just on your phone, RVnGO, and you'll see it. And it's right on the homepage, and it's the first big. You can't miss it. It's a big button that says, win NASCAR tickets.
Win those tickets. So not only do we have the website, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. We're also on TikTok and Snapchat. And we're putting more behind the scenes and more creative short videos on those channels. And of course, we're also on YouTube. And,
Snapchat me that RV.
Yeah.
There we go. So
Everybody
can we
knows the
close with a
reference,
few tips that you, as the CEO, Paul Kassir of RVnGO, just how you've inspired all of us with your beautiful ideas and your company. Just give us some insight and some tips of how to start a company like yours.
Well, I think to start any company comes from inspiration and honesty, and doing something you really believe in. And I have a very specific thoughts on how I started this company, but something more general is if you believe in it, develop a plan, think about it, and then execute from there. And then decide what kind of culture you want to have. I think that's one of the most important things is how you're going to really motivate and inspire people who work with you to deliver on your vision. So in that sentence, it means you need to have a vision. It means you need to have values, and those values need to inspire people who are going to deliver on that vision. And I think it starts from there. and then all the other detailed stuff like planning and hiring and all that. But it really starts from those core ideas. I don't know if that makes sense.
Definitely does. And I think leading by example, having that mission and staying true to that and being honest and that integrity, it's so huge because then that's an example for all of your other employees.
Right. Urban Meyer's not a good example.
And when you get the best employee,
Not the benchmark.
Well,
the best employee right here, Richard Sailing, who you can trust,
Well, no, we
and
have
you can
many,
let him run the whole
but
company.
there's many.
We have many best employees,
Many
and
best
I feel
employees.
really blessed that, we built this. It's amazing. And,
Richard's just the best one right now because he's in earshot. But
But he has a bigger logo than me. I don't know how that happened.
But
you
here's
sound jealous, Paul.
But it all comes
your logo
down
so
from
big?
it all comes down from the founder and the CEO, and you set the tone. And
100%.
there's been a few people that didn't fit the culture, and they found out very quickly, and they're no longer with us. So setting a culture that you want to create and maintaining that above all else, and you're going to attract the people that you want to work with, and that are and they have to have that same vision. They got to match.
And
And-
actually, that's been one of the hardest parts of going through this metamorphosis, because I used to be in big corporates and all that. And by the time that fish swam up to me, they were well vetted, and so they were going to fit. Whereas when you're in a startup mode, you're getting everybody at kind of more the grassroots level. So that was the hardest part, was getting to the point where, okay, I was starting to get red flags or figuring things out. And, what used to take 6 months to figure out then took 6 weeks, then took 6 days. And I don't think it'll ever take 6 hours. But, it is, once you settle on those values, you have to live by them.
And you're probably able to find out quickly when an employee's values don't line up with yours.
It takes some time sometimes, or it takes things happening, or it. But
They gotta
but
show
that
their
is
true
but
colors,
that is the hardest part for me personally, because I feel if I have to let somebody go, I failed more than they have. I made the wrong decision to hire them.
Well, I'm really glad we got to pick your brain a little bit about that, but I think we're about to wrap it up. Don't forget to get in that raffle at RVnGO.com.
Only $10.
Yeah. It's your only
For
chance
like
to
a
get into the Raceway.
It's $2,500 package.
Short
We're
of doing
giving away
something
5
you
of them.
really regret, it's your only way into that race.
Yeah, it's
so,
going to bankrupt us.
And it's going to be a major race.
It is the
late in the
championship.
season.
It's
Just in
the
case
Cup-
everybody doesn't know,
Cup
it's
Series
the
Championship.
Cup Series Championship. It is the, I don't know what you call it, the Ryder Cup of NASCAR. It is the Wimbledon of
The Super
NASCAR.
Bowl.
It is the
like
Super
the
Bowl
Super
of
Bowl, yeah.
NASCAR. It is the World Series of NASCAR. Whatever hyperbole I can use.
be there.
Yeah.
Get in the raffle.
Yeah. If you want to go to the World Series, go to NASCAR.
And we're saving the planet
One show at
at
a
a
time.
time.
Bye-bye.